let down your head so I can do this video here. I don't know what I was trying to do with that, but let's just roll with it anyway. And here comes the generic introduction. G'day people, this is Kat, coming right back at you with another video. If you're new, and you probably are and probably haven't seen me before or heard my voice before, and if you like what you're seeing in the background of this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Give that cheeky red subscribe button a big fat hit and a like down underneath the video. That would be very appreciated, thank you. And let's get on into the video. So today, what I'm doing in this video in the background, this is illustration number 1 of my ASMR artists as Disney princesses, and the first lovely lady that I'm doing is ASMR Darling as Rapunzel from Tangled, and I thought she would be very fitting to be Rapunzel. I hope it kind of looks like her. I tried. But when I actually filmed the first part of this video, I started laying down the first half of the colours, like the background and the hair, flat colours, and realised my camera didn't want to film, and I had a lot of issues with it, with stopping and starting, and I realised I had to change the battery, and this camera literally takes AA batteries. It's not your regular camera with heavy camera batteries and stuff like that. It's a compact camera. I think it's the Nikon B500, so it's very compact, but it's a lovely camera. But that aside, and before you ask me, oh, but Kat, what is exactly ASMR? Well, I have that covered, my child. I will bring up Google and I will tell you. And here's the official definition that comes up in Google. A feeling of well-being combined with a tingling sensation in the scalp and down the back of the neck, as experienced by some people in response to specific, gentle stimulus, often a particular sound. And ASMR stands for, I'm going to butcher it, I'm sorry. Correct me in the comments if I haven't, but here goes nothing. Autonomous Sensory Mendoradian Response, for short, ASMR. And I personally love ASMR, and for short, basically you get a tingly sensation, and it can help relax and even put you to sleep. It doesn't always work for everyone, but it works for me, and it even puts me to sleep, and it's great. And but yeah, now my objection of this video today is just to talk a little bit about my aspirations and goals for my channel, and I guess a get to know me video, but I'm not really good at those, so you'll just have to get to know me through my content, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm not the classic sit down and, oh, let's do a Q&A and answer all these custom questions that you get off of Google, and it's like, what, I would feel really uncomfortable doing that even in a voiceover, so that's out. That's why hence I did a story time of meeting my best friend, because she means a lot to me, and that was kind of my introduction, but I had some messages and stuff on my social media. Self-promo, if you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, my social media will be in the description below, so you can go give those a cheeky bit of loving and follow and maybe some likes. That would be great. No, I'm joking, but you know, if you want to see more behind the scenes of my art, that's where you'll probably get more of me with, well, more of my art, because this is an art channel after all. Yeah, so my goals for this channel, well, you know, I kind of didn't really think about it I will admit. This is just a hobby, and I've always wanted to do an art channel. Probably a bit generic at this point. If you see other art YouTubers like Emily Artful, I love Emily Artful, Drawing with Waffles, but she's a bit more, I like her content. But I sort of want to do a little twist and things. I will aim to do challenges and art stuff as well on this channel, but I'd love to do some more anime content based surrounding art as a fan art. You know, I might be talking about an anime or something that I love or have watched, and I might nitpick it apart and do a theory on it. And I'll do a fan art dedicated just for that one video. And you know, and I thought that would be really fun. And I sort of want to be a more anime based content creator, but as an artist. So if you know of like Okidiris or the Anime Man, I kind of take inspiration from them, but I'd like to do it more in a art based thing. But that aside, I will be doing a lot of R's. But you know, I just feel that would be very fun and interesting, and I hope that people might find that interesting. But this is just a hobby of mine, and you know, it kind of gives me a bit more of an excuse to watch newer anime and then give my opinions and things on them. Yeah, so because I don't watch a lot of anime anymore, and when I do thoroughly enjoy it. And actually, I discovered anime when I was about 14, 15, before I just turned 15. And I was really bad at art at that point. Trust me, I only ever used to draw dogs and horses and things like that, so it was very bad. But yeah, I was always very fascinated with like animated films from Disney and things like that, and I was always fascinated with the process of making the film, especially the animation process. If it was 3D, 2D, whatever. And I always like to know behind the scenes of the film, so that always fascinated me, sometimes more than the actual film itself. And when I discovered Japanese animation, hence anime, and even some Japanese style of animation as well, I took a fancy to it all, and it fascinated me. It appealed to my creative side, and I really, you know, and then I sort of, you know, only in a couple of recent years wanted to pursue this as a career. And I actually study a course called Screen and Media. It's a little bit animation based. It's also photography based, but it mostly covers, you know, broadcasting rules for when you're broadcasting, and a bit more of, it's a more loosely film based. But I thoroughly enjoy that, and that's a stepping stone to a animation degree for university, and I hope that I get in down the track as well. But that aside, again, I've already said that 3 times. But anyway, I really think that animation has a beautiful process to it, and it's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's an art form itself. And I'm still very much a beginner at that. I'm more a traditional hands-on gal. As you can see in my video, I like to do more illustration stuff, but I really would like to do more 2D animation, and I really love all of that. It's you know, you can really tell a compelling story within animation and emphasize characters' features, and that's really fun. I do play around with that. Obviously I don't show that. I'm not confident yet, but I hope to get there. And you know, and I feel like being an artist, it's you have to be a jack of all trades really in the art industry, you know, especially when it comes to 2D animation. You need to at least have some basic drawing skill ability, and anatomy and things like that. And I actually, you know, I did a bit of realism a few years ago and started on that, and I didn't mind it. I can do a bit of realism, but I don't enjoy it. I actually don't really enjoy it that much. And you know, people might ask me, oh, can you do me a realism piece? I'm like, that's not what I do now. That's what I might have done a few years ago, but that I don't do that now. And illustration, when I picked up illustration like what I do now, it was very different. When I tried to sketch in that style, I found, you know, I had to relearn anatomy and skills and things like that. And you know, I'm currently 18 and I've been doing that since I was 15. So 4 years. It'll be coming up my 4th year. I'll be turning 19 in June, which is not that long away actually, 2 months away. That's kind of scary. Yeah, my teenage years are coming to an end. I'm feeling old, but anyway, you know, and you know, this is a pretty chatty video, you know, so I actually aspire to be an animator. Clear my throat. Sorry. I keep losing my voice a fair bit because you know, I don't know why, but it tends to not like to work whenever I record, but I'm just rolling with it. Just gonna wing it. But yeah, I really aspire to be an animator as a career, and I hope to do that as a lifelong career. And but you know, I don't know, the whole process to me, through to the storyboarding, to the designing of the characters, to the actual development, to the actual animating, to the actual laying the flat colors, to the it all fascinates me. And I don't know, and I'm not sure which is my favorite, but you know, as I'm still very much a beginner at this, but I honestly hope that, you know, I can have a bit of a go at all of it in later years, after further study and that as well, and practice. So, you know, and also with this channel, I'd like to put some animatics out, which is, you know, animating to music or anything like that, or some animation stuff on this channel as well. But you know, I say there'll be some future story times as well. You know, I have some silly little dorky story times, but I am only 18, so there's not that many. I don't have any massive, great events, really, in my life. You know, I can probably pull some very dorky things that I've done from childhood, like the time that I actually put salt on a cake and put it in the oven and with friends, and I thought that was going to be the best thing ever because we wanted to experiment with a cake mix, and that turned out to be an absolute disaster and blew up inside of the oven, like a lot of things like that. That's just one example. Yeah, Mum has had her hands full with me growing up, so hi Mum, thank you for supporting me, thank you for raising me, and you know, hopefully I'm not so dorky as I used to be. You got me there to 18, so thank you. I'm very lucky to have my my mum who supports my craft, and it's wonderful to have a family member like her that has always supported my art and always believed in me. And when I felt like giving up on art, Mum has always been there to encourage me. She's always encouraged my creative side, and it's been, you know, it's been wonderful. And now I find I really encourage myself, and I get really excited whenever, you know, Mum's the one person, whenever I complete a new illustration, I love to show her first. She's the first person I always show. And hi Mum, if you're watching this, and thank you for your support and thank you for everything. Whew, okay. I needed to take a breath, but you know, but overall it's this channel is just going to be a lot of fun, and it's mostly a hobby. So, you know, I'm trying to work out a upload schedule and things like that. But you know, but that also depends on what you guys want to see as well. You know, I gained like 7 subscribers on the first video, so that was, or 8 subscribers. That was nice. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you everyone for commenting on my social media from going and watching my video, my first video. The feedback was very nice, and don't hesitate to leave what you think down in the comments below and tell me how I can improve, and give me your thoughts on Tangled as well, the movie, and Disney, and what is your favorite film? You know, my favorite film is actually personally The Lion King, and then Mulan. Hint, my next illustration as a Disney princess is actually Mulan, so that's a little hint. But you know, yeah, tell me what you think in the description, in the comments below about Tangled and how I can improve, and your overall thoughts and of this discussion. Thank you for tuning in to this video. It's getting a bit lengthy, so I'm going to cut it here. If you enjoyed what you saw today of this video and this illustration, please don't hesitate to give this a like and a comment, and hit that big fat red subscribe button underneath. That would be lovely. All support is appreciated. And until next time, my loves, always remember that you sparkle. Bye.